Vina and I decided to have the topic of our documentary to be social media and technology, and to see how they affect our daily lives. Our main purpose of this documentary was to show how social media and technology affects our daily lives through distracting us in a variety of tasks, such as homework, work, and many daily tasks that we may need our social media and even technology. Social media and technology also entertain us all the time through YouTube videos, Netflix, Twitters, Facebook, and so much more that you can name. The list just goes on. It also helps you with homework and being connected with those far, far away, such as my mother may mention on later in one of her interviews. Our intended audience for this documentary is between children and young adults, mainly through targeting the teenagers to young adult age group though. This is our intended audience because that is the age group that most social media and or technology companies target for their own audience when they are giving out a product or promoting something. Our primary research for this documentary is interviewing people, asking them a variety of questions which you will see throughout the course of this documentary. Interviews will show live footage on the topic and people's perspectives on the questions that are being asked. For film techniques, we decided to do a few voiceovers, such as this, and Vina has one later on. They are effective because it allows you to show material that ties to your message while talking about your message, such as people using their technology in this clip or the woman showing a presentation while having an iPad and a projector. Another film technique would be raw footage. This is effective because it shows what is happening live, nothing staged. Everything happens straight on camera, which is what we did with our interviews because live footage shows no bias. It shows straight what is being asked or happening during that duration of the video. What are you doing?
Snapchat,
What homework are you doing?
science,
What do you have to do for it?
uh, science.
Obviously, but like, do you have any online work?
No, I had to take pictures of my textbook to do my homework so that I can do text review.
Does he usually give you your textbook work like online?
Yeah, usually, but he couldn't find this one on, so
No?
yeah.
What else do you use your technology for?
For this, I use it for projects in science and English and family studies. Um, and I use it to do my math worksheets and quizzes online and stuff like that.
Do you feel that it helps you a lot when you are doing your work?
Yeah, it does.
Do you also feel that technology in a way gives a bit of an upper advantage as to if you did not have any technology to use at all?
I think it does. Like, it gives us a better, like, it helps us more. Like, doing stuff on paper also helps too, but like, doing it online also helps for other people that need more
Yeah.
help.
How do you feel like you are more a like technology based person, or do you feel more like you'd rather write it down on paper?
I I like to write it down more on paper because like I'm actually writing it out because I'm not used to doing it on the iPad as much, but like I still like the iPad, but I like writing down on paper more.
How do you feel technology and social media affect your studies while doing schoolwork or just on a daily basis? Like, are you doing more stuff with social media than you are like actually doing work when you should be doing work, or are you more like focused on your work? Do you feel like it distracts you more or helps you a little bit more?
Uh, like my social life on like social media distracts me more when I'm doing homework, so I kind of procrastinate. But
Yeah.
I do get my work done. It's just
Yeah.
it takes more time.
Okay. Thank you.
What are you studying in university?
I'm going to be a third year engineering student at York University and I'm studying space engineering.
How have you used technology in your program?
I've used a bunch of programs, uh, whether I was coding or doing um, like SolidWorks, so 3D printing and whatnot. Yeah.
Were you introduced to any new technology in university that was difficult for you to understand and operate?
Um, Coding software was the hardest to understand and operate. Other ones were pretty simple. Yeah.
Do you think that the technology and programs provided in high school prepared you at all for the programs that you have used in university thus far?
No, I don't think so. There was a couple computer science classes in high school that were available, but I didn't take any of them. And then in our chemistry and physics classes, we didn't use much technology, if at all. So I don't think high school did a good job at preparing me for university.
And how much? How much time do you think you spend using technology on an average school day in university?
Um, Quite a bit. Uh, Basically everything we learn is new programs or new to me, so I have to spend a lot of time outside of class learning the programs on my own. So I would say maybe about 6 or 7 hours on the computer a day.
Mom, can I ask you a few questions?
Sure thing, hon.
It's a little thing about like social media technology for our documentary for
Okay.
English. Okay, so does your technology help you on a daily basis, and why?
Yes, it does. It enables me to be able to work at various different sites. So I take my technology with me wherever I go, and it also helps me to keep connected with people.
Explain a little bit like what your job is too. Like,
Okay, so I'm a safety specialist at Hamilton Health Sciences. So sometimes I need to travel from one site to the other if the Ministry of Labor were to come, or if there was an issue that needed to be looked after. If I was on call and I needed to go to another site.
okay, does your social media and technology distract you while you are working, whether it be at home or like at your actual site?
No, it doesn't while we're working. We're not allowed to be on Facebook while we're at work. So, and that's the social media that the older generation uses. So I don't use Facebook while I'm at work.
No? Okay. And then, how do you feel you benefit the most with social media and technology?
Well, with social media, because I live far away from home, it keeps me connected with people from back from home, and with social media and technology. Sorry,
Yeah.
did you say? And for work, I'm connected all the time to work, which is not always a good thing. Always reading my emails during my off hours, but I stay connected at work as well.
Okay. What is your favorite part about having like social media and technology?
I think it's just being able to stay connected to people that I live far away from.
Yeah.
Okay.
My dad always used to tell me when I was a young boy, when you got them down, you break their neck. But he used to tell me. I was like 12. I'm like, damn. It's like, that's a lot.
While studying, do you use more technology or do you try to isolate yourself from using technology?
That depends because I'm in yearbook this year, so that's kind of me being creative on my own and developing my own like artistic abilities. But then it's kind of like I'm doing projects for different classes where I need information and I need to use like my iPad or the internet. So it kind of varies for me.
And do you think that using D2L regularly has been beneficial or redundant?
Beneficial because I write really slow when it comes to note writing, so referring back to D2L is really helpful too.
Thanks, girl. How do you feel technology affects your studies?
I feel like it distracts me a lot. Usually, if I can get something done like in like 2 or 3 hours, I like make it like it extends to like 6 hours because like I usually watch a movie while I do it for homework where I like play music really loud, so I get distracted a lot.
Okay, and would you prefer technology to be used during lessons or do you like the blackboard or chalkboard?
Well, I feel like this year we use technology a lot, and it's useful because during classes sometimes I can't really see the board a lot. Like my vision's bad because of technology, so I prefer using my laptop to do lessons.
And do you feel technology has taken over your life in a good or bad way?
In a way, it's like a good and bad, like technically. Like it's easier to get like stuff done with technology, obviously, but it's bad because it distracts you from doing actual work.
Thank you.
Okay, so how do you feel technology affects your studies?
I feel like it kind of distracts me a little bit. I mean, I'm kind of always have my phone on me when I'm trying to study, and then I kind of just scroll Twitter or watch videos, stuff like that during studying, so I don't get as much studying done as I should.
Okay. Would you prefer to use technology during your lesson to be taught, or would you prefer to use a blackboard or chalkboard, and why?
I think getting a nice balance between chalkboard studying and incorporating technology into the lessons helps both the student and the teacher, really, because the students, if it's just a chalkboard, they might get a bit lazy and just go on their phone, and similarly, if it's just technology, they might just get distracted and just stay on their phone and not pay attention to what they're doing in the lesson. So, yeah.
Do you feel technology has taken over your life in a good or bad way?
I think technology's had a pretty positive impact on my life. I mean, I can always stay in contact with my friends whenever I need them. I can let people know if I'm going to be late. It makes so many things, like interacting with people, so much easier. And then when I'm actually with my friends, that's when I know it's sort of time to put the phone away and actually really interact with them. And like that's how I think life should be done.
All right. Thank you. Roughly how much time a day is spent on technology and your social media?
I would say I spend at least a minimum of 5 hours a day on technology.
What do you usually do on your technology?
Snapchat, Twitter, check my feed, ask people like questions about tests and homework, etc.
While studying, do you use more technology, or are you trying to isolate yourself from it?
I do try to isolate myself. I put my tablet away and then like study for 45 minutes or an hour and then check it every hour. So it like, I guess when I'm studying, I focus more on studying than my tablet or device.
And then, do you think that using D2L regularly has been beneficial or redundant to your work?
I think it would be beneficial because it helps you stay on track. So if you miss like a lesson because of like a game, you can go online and see what you missed and check the homework and like, because like they post like the solutions of homework and like you can get back on track and like catch up, and it helps you like stay on track and like know what's coming up and stuff like that. So I guess it is beneficial too.
In today's society, it might not be surprising to know that the average teen does in fact spend around 9 hours a day using technology and media for his or her enjoyment. This includes computers, tablets, and smartphones. 9 hours is more time than the average teen sleeps, spends time with his or her parents or family, and spends time at school. Why? Technology brings just about everything we need to our fingertips. It has bettered our standard of living, our needs are met with ease, and it makes finding out the newest celebrity gossip way easier too. I mean, who reads magazines anymore? The point is, technology has become such a big part of our lives that we have become dependent on it. Take away a teenager or student's technology, and they will most likely be lost. Whether that be because they cannot do schoolwork without it, or because they can't check Twitter and Instagram every 5 minutes. Technology in education also cannot be ignored. The use of computers, tablets or iPads, and smartboards have made learning more interesting. It has made information much more accessible and knowledge easier to share.